Hi everyone, I'm really happy to be there. My name is Solene and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Dusa Labs. So Dusa Labs is a fully on-chain AML based on Masa blockchain, still in test not yet. And I'm also the friendship of Erda, where we onboard many international women in Web3, thanks to the hackathon, bootcamp and stuff like that. So today we are going to talk about decentralization of DeFi, which is unfortunately incomplete and difficult to implement in the current DeFi protocols. But this is an essential topic to consider in order to move on the right direction for the future of DeFi. So, how to provide a fully on-chain DeFi dApp? So, we will be discussing about this topic, starting with highlighting the current DeFi issues on the ecosystem, introducing two new components that are on-chain frontend and autonomous smart contracts by using the example of Dusa. Then, by using these two components, and in particular autonomous smart contracts, we will focus on our concept of autonomous liquidity. It's a new type of liquidity management running fully on-chain and without off-chain initiators. So, let's start by questioning the decentralization of the current DeFi. So, decentralization is a complex term in this ecosystem, and several debates are emerging mostly from the point of view of MiCA regulation about what is a fully decentralized application. So, according to Dusa and the co-founder of Uncensorable, the dApp is say decentralized when all its mechanism doesn't interact with any external dependency. So that means the protocols works entirely on the blockchain and without off-chain initiators. So blockchain is decentralized and secure. A protocol can benefit from the high level of security by being entirely on-chain. So today, a few DeFi protocols can be qualified as primitive, but it's really important to become on-chain to increase security, and also because we are building the foundation of our ecosystem. So the results of this lack of decentralization are the increase in terms of hacks, with almost $4 billion stolen the last year. There are also many human error providing for liquidity manager, and many front-end are still often compromised. So why this issue? The main reason is the centralization of DeFi. This centralization depends in particular to components, mechanisms, or used by DeFi dApps. So firstly, the majority of DeFi users still interact with dApps by using centralized frontend, so it's a real issue. Secondly, there are also a lot of dependencies providing for Oracle, centralized Oracle, even if decentralized Oracle are emerging. And finally, as a user, it's still complex to manage the liquidity by himself, so user needs to delegate it to liquidity manager or bots. So from now, I'm going to present two essential components that are the on-chain frontend and autonomous smart contracts in order to build a fully on-chain dApp. So we will take the example of Dusa. Before to start, it's important to know that Ethereum is not yet in position to include these features for the moment. Dusa is built on the Masa blockchain, currently in testnet. Masa offers interesting features like on-chain frontend and autonomous smart contracts to provide a fully on-chain dApp. They also provide the growth metrics to respect decentralization, security, and scalability. If you are interested, the Masa blockchain is coded in Rust, and all the smart contracts are in TypeScript. So, if anyone going to ECC, Masa will have a booth during ECC, so you can talk with the core team if you want. So let's start with the first component, that is the on-chain frontend. So today, a lot of efforts are focused on backend security, and the hackers are increasingly attacking the frontend of the apps. It was the case for Curve with the DNS hijacking in 2022. To do this, hackers created a copy of Curve real DNS server After that, redirected the DNS point to a rock site and put a malicious contract on this home page. So all the users who interacted with this website receive approval requests for executing wrong transaction. So what alternative already exists to provide the decentralized front-end to increase security? In terms of solution, we know IPFS and ENS. These two applications work together and are complementary. Curve explores this possibility just after the rack that I previously explained. And to talk a little bit about IPFS, each file is hosted by a server using the pinning system. So this system allows to keep this file for an unlimited period of time. And if this file becomes unpinned, it can no longer available to replicate it on the rest of the server, so it can disappear. So to avoid this kind of problem, it's definitely important to incentivize the binding system in order to ensure the file distribution. And regarding ENS, this only to obtain the domain name, and we need to use the centralized application to register it on the blockchain. Otherwise, we have other applications like Arweave or ICP, and I'm going to introduce to a new one this MyStation. So, for MyStation, Masa allows to store a zip file containing the front end and upload it directly on the blockchain. So to do this, we have to register the Dusa DNS on the Masa network first. Then we need to design the dApp by incorporating the most important element into a smart contract, and after that we can upload it directly on the blockchain. It's important to know that Masa works with deterministic smart contracts, so that means they can interact directly with the front end. Now, on the user side, users just need to upload the Masa plugin, called the MyStation, to benefit from a secure access to Dusa and other applications. Then, user can type dusa.masa onto the browser and can interact directly to Dusa with a fully security. So to conclude on this first component, Dusa has a decentralized front-end that is censorship resistant. From now, let's move on the second component, the autonomous smart contracts. It's really important to know this concept because in order to create a fully unchained app and remove any external dependencies like Oracle, bots, and human, you use autonomous smart contracts. Today, all the smart contracts that you know are in some way centralized because they require manual action or a server centralization to push or wake up the smart contracts. Recently, a number of projects have used this term of automated smart contracts because thanks to the cloud infrastructure, they have been able to generate bots to automated liquidation, for example. But this kind of thing still introduces a point of failure because the cloud infrastructure relies on centralized server like Amazon Web Service. So this kind of server is done several times by law, so it's a real issue for DeFi. And at this moment, Masa has introduced autonomous smart contracts. So the smart contracts wake up by themselves without any option initiators. The only thing that you need to do is to set up smart contract condition like a time or an event in order to wake up before deploying them. Several projects such as Optimism have already created proof of concepts on autonomous smart contracts following the Bedrock update, but Optimism doesn't use this term of autonomous smart contract yet. So this thing is the training order executed by a classic smart contract. So we can see in red the array code that operates off-chain and which can be a source of error due to a lack of reliability. It was the case for MakerDAO in 2020, when the oracle didn't indicate the right price and proceed to liquidation for a loss of $4 billion. From now, let's take the same transaction by using autonomous smart contracts. So the smart contract takes the price on the blockchain as an oracle, and once the right price is reached, the smart contract executes and without off-chain initiators. Now, I'm really happy to introduce you to autonomous liquidity concept designed by Dusa. This is a really new concept, doesn't use by any DeFi protocol because they don't have any access to the smart contracts, the autonomous smart contracts technology for the moment. So before introducing autonomous liquidity, let's start by looking at the current liquidity management. So when the user deposits liquidity, there are two options to managing needs. Firstly, they can replace their liquidity manually, which is very time-consuming. Secondly, they can use bots to automate the liquidity manager, but it can lead to bugs or apps. And finally, they can use off-chain liquidity manager, which is introduced a third part and can lead to different errors. So to conclude, the liquidity providing experience is still complex and not very secure for users now. That's why Dusa has introduced the concept of autonomous liquidity. So it's a new type of liquidity management using the autonomous smart contracts. So LPs can automate the management of their liquidity without off-chain initiators, like bots, oracle, or humans. The only thing that you need to do is to deposit their liquidity in one click. And after that, the liquidity will be automatically replaced without any intervention. That means the user doesn't need to manage their liquidity by himself or manage it with off-chain initiators. So there are three benefits for a user to use autonomous liquidity. The first is to enhance the user experience, improve security, and help to generate more yield for LP. So, of course, it's an option and it's not mandatory to use it with our protocol. You can manage your liquidity by yourself if you want in a classic way. For HCC, everyone will be able to test autonomous liquidity with the open beta. For the moment, the beta testing is only open for our beta tester with more than 200 beta testers now. So to sum up, Dusa is built on the master blockchain and relies on two technical properties: the front end hosted directly on the blockchain and autonomous smart contracts to optimize the main mechanism of DeFi. At the launch, several features will be available like swaps, autonomous liquidity, complex trading order, fully on-chain such as DCA or trading stock, and many more. And 3 levels of user interface and an SDK to enable builders to build on top of Dusa. In the future, we plan to do an intensive research and development to deploy our protocol on other blockchains. So today, we are a team of 5 contenders with 3 technical profiles and 2 business profiles. We've been working on Dusa for 1 year now. Before that, we took part in a number of hackathons that we have won together in Paris, Lyon, Miami, and San Francisco. And after that, we decided to create Dusa because we believe in the real decentralization of DeFi. Thank you for your listening. You can scan the QR code to join our community and many more if you want.